Oh Lord Anon, I think I found a video that might remind you of yourself. Let's go ahead and check this out. How to find hope right now.
Hopelessness, helplessness,
Let's see.
despair, numbness, depression.
Mm,
Those are the 5 tenets of the
buzzwords.
doomer. In
Oh,
light of recent events, people have not only been losing their hope for the future, but their faith
mm,
in humanity, and they don't
okay.
know what to do with their lives and how to go on. You
Why? Oh, excuse me. But why is that? Why is everybody losing faith? Like, tell me why, so I know, because I don't know. I don't know.
have probably noticed this distinct trend towards negativity by now. A
Why?
funny self-deprecating meme now and then, and sentiments like I'm a piece of garbage, or I'm such a disappointment to my bloodline, lol. I'm
Nah.
26 and I've yet to find a romantic partner, let alone a mortgage deal on a house. And I wanted to be something when I grow up, like an
Oh boy, it sounds like a bunch of bitching.
astronaut, but I just ended up being a terminally online retail worker
Yeah, stop being a bitch, Anon. Do something about it.
instead. I'm actually in between jobs right now and I've given up on my former education because I believe the world will collapse in 5 years or less, or AI will take every possible job I could have acquired in college. My
Oh,
life is meaningless and
brother.
I have achieved nothing of value, nothing to
Oh,
remember me by, and no
brother.
children who will carry on.
And now what, you know what the crappy part is? Is like, bro, I don't even know what this shit feel like anymore, bro. I used to think like this a long time ago, bro.
My legacy.
Nah,
I'm
nah,
starting to
no.
think that life itself is
Nah.
meaningless, and it doesn't even matter if I'm hopeless. It's all indifferent in the grand scheme of the universe. I've never had a war to fight
Yeah, so if it's indifferent, why are you bitching? Why not do something that you actually enjoy since there's no indifference to it? And then since you're not living with indifference anymore, you'll be living towards something more positive and you just enjoy life more. Bro, that's why I don't get it, bro. That's exactly why I don't get it. Like you could suffer. Legitimately, you could suffer. Or you could not. And like I'm not saying life gonna be perfect, homie, but you can make your own life better. And if you don't think you can, there's your problem right there. That's where it starts. Legitimately, that's where it starts with you. Oh, brother, now the video don't want to work.
for, or a
Okay,
cause I
let's go.
could
We're good.
sacrifice my life to. But it's not like I would be able to be a hero, because I don't even have the energy to get out of bed in the morning.
Oh,
And even if
brother.
I muster up everything I have, I'm such a sad, pathetic loser, I can't even get the courage to end it all.
Oh,
Yo,
brother.
yo, am I right?
That's what I'm
Am I too
saying.
late, guys?
No,
Guys?
absolutely not.
Enough with the self-deprecation, enough
No.
with the hopelessness and despair, and enough
Facts.
with the doomer mindset. Right
Facts.
now, it's more tempting than ever to be a complete doomer. Maybe your
Yes,
chosen candidate didn't win, or you're expecting political violence. We are scarily close to a potential recession.
brother. Buy a plane ticket and get the hell out of there. If you can't buy a plane ticket, buy a bus ticket. If you can't buy a bus ticket, buy a bicycle. Get a backpack and start pedaling on that bitch.
And all of the wars in the world are heating up. It would be so easy for me to just reaffirm your beliefs and tell you how right you are. But I refuse. During the
Same.
darkest hour, light is most visible. The flickering
Facts.
flame of a hope-scented candle is barely noticeable in the day, but at night,
Hmm.
it shines brightest. If you refuse to be a doomer during these trying times, I promise you, your life will be much easier and more enjoyable. And I'm not
Honestly,
just
it
some
will.
out-of-touch upper-middle-class yuppie who thinks people should simply stop being sad and smile instead.
I'm not that either.
I actually used to have an extremely strong desire to end my own life. I had very
Hmm.
few things to my name. My various mental conditions and problems made it extremely difficult for me to simply live life day to day.
Fast forward. Basically, he had every single reason to fail and cry and give up, but he didn't. That is the long story short, because everybody has a story like that. This is like, bro, you're not the first person to have problems on this planet, my guy.
And optimistic during
You can fix this shit. Legitimately. You are not the first person. There is nothing new underneath the sun, right? You can get through the shit. You just need to believe you can get through it. And if you can't get it, bro, if you can't believe it, well, then boom, there it is. That's where it starts, bro. You got to believe in yourself. Believe it will get better. Believe.
these
If you don't
trying
believe it, well,
times.
then you're fucked.
Okay, so I made a video previously called Why Gen Z Can't Lose Hope. And while I still stand by what I
Good
said,
video.
many people were correct in
I haven't seen it, but sounds like a good video.
pointing out that they never had hope to begin with.
Okay,
But I
we'll
didn't
get some
explain
hope.
how you would be able to find hope in a sea of hopelessness. Here's how it started. So I was struggling with depression, but I was actively trying to fight against it because I had something to fight for.
You know, this is probably going to be a very hopeful and good story. But honestly, to find hope, bro, you got to find that within yourself. Try and use somebody else to inspire you like a lighthouse. But by the time you find that lighthouse and get to it, bro, you need to be the lighthouse. You go up there and you pilot the lighthouse and you make it work. The other person steps down and they go do something else and live their life. They were just living their life. That's how they got to the lighthouse to begin with. It was never them actually going to get it. It was always just within themselves, bro. You just got to go find that part. Find whatever it is that makes you you, makes you special, and makes you not want to give up. All right, let's continue the story.
In my case, it was the desire to help people in a similar situation. I
Okay.
thought if I could get better, then maybe there's some hope for all of us. So I really tried to understand the source of my depression by doing a written interview of it. I
Okay.
would ask it a question and try to answer as truthfully as possible, and this
That
helped me to
works.
determine the root cause of my issues.
Mm.
Even though it seemed silly at the time, doing this interview
Bro, it's good. Like same thing with talk therapy. Just go to a mirror and just say something out loud and respond to it in the mirror. Does it make you look weird? Sure, but it's better than having your issues because your issues are terrible, right? You want to fix your issues, right? Okay, well, go talk to the mirror or talk out loud or write in a journal. Go do it and it'll help you.
with my depression enabled me to start working on myself and searching for the correct solutions. Because if you're depressed, there's probably multiple reasons behind it. There are more ways for introspection, but what I
True.
can say is substance abuse is not going to help you figure out your problems.
That is
And the
also
real
true.
problem with being a doomer is depression. When you're depressed, you're more prone to addiction, because you start looking for short bursts of relief from your constant pain. But then the things that
Mm.
used to bring you relief are now part of the problem. The longer
No,
this goes
no,
untreated,
no.
the more difficult it will be to live a good life. So don't be
Yes.
stupid like me and ask for help. But depressed people usually can't ask for help due to various reasons, because they believe they will just be a burden, or they don't have anyone in their life to help them like that.
And to keep it real and 100 with you, like that's part of being a human, man. We literally need each other. So, yes, other humans need to find the compassion for one. And for two, there are actually a lot of people that do have the compassion to want to help you, to want to help, you know, help you figure out your issues. Like, yes, there are legitimately people on this planet that want to solve issues. So, yeah, don't be afraid to reach out. That's literally a mental blockage. Literally, that is a mental blockage that you made within yourself. And you need to come to a consensus with yourself that is not like that. Other people actually care about you. Now, that doesn't mean everybody cares about you. So, yes, you definitely need to pick and choose who are you going to go to for help. And sometimes, bro, it's better to just talk to a stranger and see what happens, to be honest. That's just real shit. I done talked to so many strangers on this earth, bro, strangers got something to share with you.
And to have hope in a better future, you must first work on the present circumstances. That is the only way. So the best way I found to combat depression is to make yourself mentally strong enough to ask for help and go from there. Because again, it's possible to recover on your own. It's just needlessly difficult and far less likely. But generally speaking, you have to shift your perspective of things gradually from negativity to positivity. Oh, and if you're
Yes,
waiting for the perfect moment to turn your life around, it will never come.
that's
Because
not
the
how it
only
works.
moment that we ever have and can change is right now. If you start now, you'll have a better tomorrow. You can start
Absolutely.
with something that doesn't really require work. You need to start celebrating your wins
Yes,
properly. You
yes,
know that meme where people say they just feel relief instead of a sense of accomplishment? Yeah, that's no bueno. Celebrate it as much as you can. Take every
yes.
W, as small as it might
Every
seem.
dub,
And vice
yes, every dub counts, bro. Get yourself like one of these like fitness tracking watches. Freaking get 300 steps in, it'll pop up, bro. Woo! Every time, bro. I put my arms up, I'm like, yeah, let's go. That's what you got to do. Every win counts. Every single win counts. If you made it to the bus on time and it picked you up, boom. Like if you somebody didn't park in the right spot and when you got to work you could park in it because it was closer, boom, that's a win. Every single win counts, brother. If you found $5 on the ground, bro, that's a win. Win is a win. Period. 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 Let's continue this.
versa. You need to distance yourself from the things that make you severely
Oh,
depressed
don't
as
get on
much as
there.
you can. If it's your job, for example,
Don't do
there's not a
that.
lot you can do besides coping around it. But
Or get another job.
what you can do is limit the amount of stressful information you consume. Catastrophic events are happening all over the world right now, with the
True.
biggest event recently being the US elections, which made a lot of people lose hope for humanity.
Oh,
Now, let me
brother.
remind you that politics shouldn't dictate your mental health in the first place, because they are a
True.
vicious poison to the brain. I am convinced you can't be deeply entrenched in politics without suffering some form of brain damage.
Absolutely, because you're dealing with so many people that have so many different ideals and they're all fighting for the same spot of power. Absolutely not. Bro, you cannot solve everything and you cannot be aware and cognizant of every single thing on this earth. That's why you worry about the things you can't control. I hear stoicism's getting very popular. Look, stoicism is some real shit. Worry about the things you can control and not the things you cannot, bro. Your life will be so much easier just based off that. Bro, you could control who wins by voting, sure. But if you're the type of person that thinks your vote doesn't count, well, boom, there it is. But if you do think it counts and the person still lost, I mean, okay, bro. You tried, you voted, you did what the best you could do, bro. It's not like you could go up there and be like, nah, redo, right? It's just, it is what it is. And now, since you're locked into that reality, what are you going to do to get yourself out of it if you even need to get out of it? If you can't get out of it, okay, so what are you going to do to just roll with the punches? Because the punches are coming. When the Great Depression happened and everybody lost their jobs and houses and careers, like, yeah, some people really gamed over and logged out of the game because it was too hard. And other people just grit through that shit. It's just life, brother. It's a roll of the dice.
Or consistently knowing which diseases are spreading through the world right now, and if some of them manage to become a pandemic. We have a bias
Hmm.
towards negativity, which leads us into a spiral of media that only
Yeah, you can't do
confirms our
nothing about the other one.
beliefs. If you're stuck with an algorithm that keeps feeding you negative information, you will most likely be a negative person, because you become what you
Exactly.
feed your mind.
A
We
hundred
also
percent.
weren't designed to have near omnipotent knowledge of our surroundings, so it's best not to care emotionally about things that don't affect us directly. Care for the people close to you and your surroundings instead. You can't stop the world from spinning, so stick to your actions which you can control.
This is a
And
great
that's why
video.
the whole doomer mindset and the it's over narrative is so self-destructive. Seeking nihilistic outside sources of pleasure is gonna make you super depressed,
Of
because
course, that's
happiness
the
comes
point.
from within.
Yes.
Worrying about the world and its current circumstances is going to achieve nothing. I'm sorry, but unless you prepare
Yes.
yourself for tough times, worrying about the possibility of a dystopian future that hasn't happened yet will only
That's
make you more
anxiety, bro.
miserable. Okay, this was a huge discovery for me,
That's
but
just
when it comes to
anxiety.
negative things, you need to be reactionary instead of obsessing about the possibilities. I don't mean preparing for the worst case scenario, but obsessing over how much this is going to suck, and
Well,
what
that wouldn't be reactionary. That would be proactive. When you're proactively preparing yourself for something. So like the people that have if you're a prepper, right, you got your doomsday kit, right? You have a backpack that has flashlight, food, water, some lighters, whatever, and it's just sitting there and it's never moved. You never used it for anything. You never took anything out of it. And that is there just in case everything goes bad. That is preparation. Reaction would be, oh, damn, did you see that shit on the news? Oh, honey, go pack the bags. Get the kids. Oh, we got to get out of here. That is reactionary. And then Doomer would just be like, damn, we're all going to die. No. Or some people are going to be like, oh, we're all going to die. Yes. And other people are going to be like, damn, we're going to die. Damn, that's crazy. All right, what's on the TV?
if this
Real shit.
unexpectedly goes wrong? Or what if a meteor hits me in the balls while I was eating spaghetti?
Oh, that's
Most
crazy.
of the scenarios in our heads are infinitely worse than what is realistically most likely to happen. For
Yes,
example,
absolutely.
asking someone out. Many people won't do it because they not only fear the rejection, but the judgment of the other person, and how much it is going to suck to get
Bro, and what happens when they just say yes?
rejected. But if you don't ask
Stop
them out, you will never
tripping.
know if it could have worked. There's always a
Exactly.
chance of this insane plan actually working out in your
That's
favor, and in
crazy.
most cases they won't hate you like you're the Antichrist for
Duh.
asking them
They just be like, oh, no. And then we can still be friends, though. Type shit.
out. But here's the key life hack. Until the event happened, don't even think about the negative outcome. Focus on the good outcome
Forget
instead. Imagine if
about
they
it.
say yes. What would you have done if they said no? I guess we'll
Okay.
never know.
I guess we'll
When it
never
comes
know.
to dealing with failure, we should only
Bro, absolute W, bro. I gotta hit a like on that one, bro. Shout out to NickChamp, bro. It's fire.
deal with failures that have actually happened. Because if we start dealing with hypothetical failures,
Get
we'll never
real.
get anywhere. This might sound obvious, but I used to obsess over the negative possibilities of my actions. And here's
Nah.
the tragedy. Obsessing over failure actually makes the failure worse when it does happen.
That's
Because you tried
crazy.
so hard to avoid it and it still happened. It's like
Well, some people actually be wishing themselves. They're like, "Oh, I'm not going to do it because I'm going to fail. I'm going to fail." Da, da, da. And then when they actually fail, well, that makes them feel good because at least they were right about failing. And then all I got to say is, "Wow, that's some weak shit." All right, well, that's you know what? We'll end it on there, bro. This is an absolute fire video. Definitely check out the rest of it. We're only 7 minutes in, bro. 33-minute video. This is a whole TV episode. And honestly, again, I like this video. I think it's great. It's got the KhunShawn stamp of approval. Definitely go check it out for yourselves and watch it. Enjoy it, man. It's your boy KhunShawn. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, hit the like button. I am not the reactor. I am the reaction. I am KhunShawn. And I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.